Hello and good day. This is the daily analysis of the GBPUSD currency pair for January 28th. As predicted, after closing above the significant level of 1.3713, the price entered a bullish phase. Eventually, it closed within the 4-hour order block range, which was accompanied by a bullish displacement, and moved toward the buy-side liquidity. It collected the buy-side liquidity and finally reached the daily order block range. By analyzing the RSI, we can see that the RSI has entered the overbought potential zone, which indicates the continuation of the bullish trend in the market. The three periods 7, 14, and 42 of the RSI are all in the overbought and high potential area. If there is a short-term correction to the downside and the price fails to return to that overbought zone, it could enter a bearish phase, targeting lower prices in the market in the medium term. And collect its liquidity. However, if after a pullback it returns to the overbought and high potential zone, it can continue its bullish trend. Also, at the moment, a pin bar candlestick is forming, which could signal a short-term correction to the downside. And enter the important level of 1.3728, which is an FVG zone. With a look at the Fibonacci ratio, we can see that the FVG area is located within the OTE section of the Fibonacci, which is a highly significant zone, and the price could be rejected from this area. If this is also accompanied by a bearish displacement and drops below the 1.36 level, if it closes below 1.3694, it could continue its downward trend to collect liquidity towards the sell side, and the next important zone could be the 1.3592 level. On the other hand, if the price enters the 1.3732 zone and we identify a reversal in the trend, we can look for a buy position in the market, and if a strategy forms, we can use this opportunity to enter a trade with a target of, like the 1.3918 level in the market. By carefully checking the 1-hour time frame, we can clearly see that the price demonstrated a significant upward movement, successfully collected and effectively cleared out the buy-side liquidity, and finally reached the critical daily order block supply zone, which has been thoroughly optimized on both the 4-hour and the 1-hour timeframes. It reacted there and is currently in a short-term correction to the downside, where a 4-hour FVG zone overlaps with a 1-hour FVG zone, making it a highly significant area. Also, a consolidation section is located here, which could cause the price to reject from this area and move upward. If the price is accompanied by a downward displacement and falls below the level, 1.3694, it could collect the sell-side liquidity, fill the gap area, and ultimately, with increased bearish momentum, it could reach the 1.3592 level. Our outlook on the market is bullish, and it could reject from the 1.3728 level and continue its upward movement. Looking at the DXY, we see the movement toward GBPUSD is based on the decline in the dollar index price, which, by analyzing the time frame, the bullish GBPUSD is based on the decline in the dollar index price, and by analyzing the 4-hour time frame, we see that the downward trend in the dollar is imminent. Of course, it might only have a short-term pullback upward. By examining the RSI, we see it's in a potential zone, but a bullish divergence has formed here, which could push it upward and into a consolidation zone. It could continue its downward trend. And if the DXY increases, GBP might have a short-term slide downward, with our target being the FVG zone. After that, we can look for buy positions in this area. Wishing you success and profitable trades.